In this video, we present our work titled Temporally Consistent Relighting for Portrait Videos. Given a portrait video under target light, we would like to relight the video in a temporally consistent manner. The motivation behind this work is the rise of user-created amateur content that are shot with relatively modest cameras and lighting equipment. Illumination can be challenging to control fully in these situations, and manually post-processing each video to correct its lighting requires extensive training and is time-consuming. Recent advances allow for post-capture editing of lighting in single portrait images, but they generate high-frequency flickering when applied to videos on a frame-by-frame basis. Extending these fully supervised methods to work directly on videos instead of images proves to be expensive and laborious, as they require portraits with a vast diversity of illumination conditions for training. This data is not publicly available and is usually acquired with expensive lighting and capture rigs such as light stages. In this work, we propose an end-to-end differentiable portrait video relighting pipeline that consists of a portrait relighting method and a video consistency method. In addition to the pipeline, we also introduce a novel method to train it involving the generation of relit portrait frames on the fly, thereby eliminating the need for lighting annotations during training. We also perform experiments on a variety of portrait videos demonstrating state-of-the-art relighting accuracy while preserving temporal consistency better than existing non-lighting aware methods as demonstrated by our user study. This image shows our proposed pipeline. As a first step, we take the input frame and pre-process it to detect facial landmarks and warp the face to a specific location in the image. To relight the face in the input frame, we make use of the deep portrait relighting network. This network takes as input the source image, a target lighting, and outputs the relit image. Note that the relighting is done on the luminance channel of the LAB image. The relit image is then unwarped to the original video frame using the inverse of the warping operation we perform in the first step. In addition, we use a background mask to blend the relit image onto the original video frame. To make this pipeline end-to-end, all the processing such as warping, color space conversion, and blending are implemented as differentiable functions. At this point in the pipeline, we have pairs of images IT and PT that represent the same video frame lit under two different lighting conditions. This is then passed through a blind consistency network, the details of which are given in our paper. The primary goal of the network pipeline is to perform relighting in a consistent manner while preserving data fidelity and ensuring that the relit videos maintain the same requested target lighting. For this purpose, we make use of three loss functions. The first loss function's primary goal is to ensure that the consistency network does not alter the lighting as the time progresses through the video. This is denoted as the lighting estimation loss. To implement this, the output frame OT is passed through the encoder of the relighting network to extract the spherical harmonic of the light associated with it. The error is then calculated on the 9 spherical harmonic coefficient of the target light. The second loss function enforces the temporal consistency on the processed video. This is termed as temporal loss. We implement this loss for both short-term and long-term consistency. The short-term loss is computed by measuring the warping error between two consecutive frames, while the long-term consistency is applying the warping error between the first frame of the video and the current frame. The optical flow component of the warping error is obtained by using FlowNet2. Please refer to the paper for details. The final loss we implement is a perceptual loss based on VGG features. This allows the network to ensure the content of the video is preserved, including texture, facial movement, and occlusions that occur. Our dataset consists of 190 videos of interviews and recordings, with significant variations in skin tone, facial geometry, pose, facial expressions, and background environments. For each video, during pre-processing, we obtain the facial landmarks, warping matrix, and the background masks. Let us look at some relighting results. Relighting a video on a per frame basis results in temporal flickering artifacts. However, trying to correct the temporal inconsistencies using a blind consistency approach significantly alters the data. Our method solves both these problems and performs temporally consistent relighting. Notice the flickering artifacts in the per frame relighting video and how the blind consistency video manages to eliminate the flicker but also alters the light direction. Also note that blind consistency significantly alters the background color, introducing a brownish tinge. Our method, on the other hand, preserves both the lighting and also removes the flickering. Here are some more videos. In this scene with a large amount of background illumination, our method significantly reduces flickering in the relit video. Let us look at how the warping error and the extracted light from the video varies across the different methods. Please refer to the paper for details on how to calculate these values. In the first row, the results of the processed videos are displayed. The second row shows the warp difference calculated between two neighboring processed frames with the flow obtained from the original video, which is shown in the top left corner. The appearance of the yellow regions indicate high variance in pixel intensity between frames. Note how the per frame relighting video has large distinct areas of warping errors. Also, the flickering is very clearly visible. The third row shows the extracted light from the processed videos. Notice how both the blind consistency method and the per frame relighting method significantly changes the lighting directions between consecutive frames. Our method outperforms the other methods in jointly ensuring the temporal consistency and data fidelity. Here are some additional results. Thank you for watching.